time testing the 7-seater Hyundai Santa Fe. Let's find out how good it is as a baby drive. In the back of the Santa Fe there are Isofix in the 2 outer second row seats and top tether anchorages on the back of all 3 second row seats. There's no Isofix or top tethers in the 3rd row, so we couldn't put any child seats back there. In the 2nd row I could just fit 3 child seats across, and the leg room is good in here too. With the rear facing child seats we could get a 182 centimetre passenger in the front, or with forward facing car seats in the 2nd row, then taller than that could easily fit. In the 3rd row I could fit, and I'm 162 centimetres. There are controls on the side of the front passenger seat, which are really good for the driver to be able to move this seat when picking kids up from school or helping elderly passengers out of the front without having to get out of the car. There are aircon vents in all 3 rows of the Santa Fe, which is excellent for keeping little passengers in the back nice and cool. You can also control them from the front and lock them as well. There's window blinds on the 2nd row windows, which is fantastic for keeping little passengers shaded from the sun. These heated seat controls are within easy reach of little passengers in the back, so they could be cooking themselves while you're driving along. The 2nd row seats are split 40-60. Now on the passenger side of the car, if you don't have a child seat installed there, you can bring that seat forward using the mechanism to access those 3rd row seats. In the back of the Santa Fe, there are mat pockets in the back of both front seats. They will hold but not conceal an iPad. The door bins are a good size. They'll hold a large refillable water bottle, and there's 2 cup holders in a fold down in the central seat back. In the 3rd row there's a cup holder and a phone holder on both sides. Storage in the front of the Santa Fe is good. There are 2 cup holders in the central console. They'll hold a reusable and a disposable coffee cup, and a large refillable water bottle fits in there too. There's a phone charging well where you kind of drop the phone down into it. Now it works with my phone because it's small, but I have had some people tell me that larger phones stick out and can be annoying because you hit your elbow into it. There's also a USB port there too. The central console box is quite small, but it has a little tray in the top as well. There's storage underneath the central console, which I found useful for putting my handbag or my shoes, things like that. There's no glasses case in the ceiling, but there is a shelf in the dash, which is really good for just popping things in. The glove box is a good size. That would hold my iPad and my wallet with the manual. The door bins are a good size. They'll hold an iPad, and a large refillable water bottle fit in them too. The boot of the Santa Fe opens automatically when you walk up to it with the key on your person, which is great when you've got your arms full of your kids or all their things. There's also a storage area underneath the boot here, which is good for putting wet things in because it's plastic lined. Let's find out how much we can fit in the boot. When using 5 seats, it will hold 17 shopping bags, or a twin stroller and 9 shopping bags, a tandem pram and 8 shopping bags, a single pram and 10 shopping bags, or a compact stroller and 12 shopping bags, or a very large dog. When using all 7 seats, it will hold 5 shopping bags, or a compact stroller and 3 shopping bags, or a very small dog. The Santa Fe has remote start and also drive on the key fob. So I can start the engine with 1 button, and I can actually drive the car backwards and forwards just using the controls on the key fob. It is really handy for car parking spaces and things like that, where there's not enough room to get your kids in and out because cars are parked close beside you. The Santa Fe is a really nice car to drive. It's not too big for a 7-seater, so it's easy to manoeuvre around town and car parks and things like that. Now, a couple of things that I do love in here, it's got indicator cameras that come up in the screen in front of the steering wheel. They're really good so you can see down the side of the car when you're changing lanes. It's also got a camera that you can put on while you're driving along, comes up in the media screen, and you can see the view behind you, which is really great. It's also got a driver attention warning, so if the car in front of you pulls off at a junction and you haven't noticed, it just beeps to let you know so you can drive on. The media system in the Santa Fe is really lovely and simple and easy to use. It does have CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great. Now there's a few things I specifically like in here for families, is the sounds of nature. So this is white noise at your fingertips. My baby goes to sleep every time I play the car motion waves. You've got other sounds in there as well. Also, passenger talk. This amplifies your voice from the front through to the third row, so you don't have to shout to get them to do their seatbelts up or stop fighting. And also there's quiet mode, which just mutes the sound in the back and brings it to the front. So if your kids have fallen asleep in the back or they're on the devices, you can bring the entertainment to the front. When you put it into reverse, the camera image is lovely and clear. You've got overhead as well as behind, and you can turn the parking sensors off with a button down in the central console. So to sum up with the Santa Fe, it does fit those 3 child seats in the back, and the media system and drive and boot space are all really good. It just lacks those third row airbags.